So my name is Josh Williams, Senior Vice President of FFL Knockout, sitting here with Mr. Bowen Sweeney, the Vice President of FFL Never Settle, right?
Yes, sir.
So there we go, some applause.
Yeah.
So Bowen, it's been 4 months, right? We've been in the business together for a little bit over a year now. We'll just kind of share our backstory, but we've been with Family First Life for just 4 short months. What do you guys do issue pay this month? Obviously, we have one more week that hasn't came out, but what do you guys do?
Yeah, so this month we did 270,000 IP.
And we still got 1 week remaining.
One
right?
week to go, only been in the business 4 months.
Wow.
Or with FFL for 4 months.
How many agents?
We had 19 writing agents.
Wow, incredible. Okay, so let's talk about kind of how you came in and built the business so quickly. First, give some backstory. So we have a little bit of history before finding Family First Life, where we started with a practice company. So let's talk about what that experience was like for you. You were there for over a whole year. You made enough money to pay your bills and survive and
Barely.
and still be here. But you learned a lot. You learned a lot for sure. But what do you think some of the biggest differences with you having a business there, where you would pump out maybe 50,000 in a month, where you're coming over here now pumping out almost 300 grand your 4th month in the business? Like, that's incredible. What are kind of the differences there?
Yeah, I would say the biggest thing is the leads. I mean, you can't sell business, you can't do business, you can't make sales without leads. Mm-hmm. So the biggest thing was my practice company. I did learn a lot. I'm very grateful to have came from my practice company, because it taught me how to work. It taught me how to work without money. It taught me how to build without money. It taught me a lot without money.
How to be resourceful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So the biggest thing is coming over here with leads of people actually requesting insurance to where anybody can do this. So my last company, you had to be dang good at sales. You had to be able to bait and switch, and there's people still getting sales. There's people selling at a high level over there, but just coming over here, everybody was able to sell, and it just made it so simple, because you could bring in the newest agent, and the newest agent's winning. They're able to sell and make sales with us.
So let me ask you this. Your biggest month in income at your practice company was how much?
I would say maybe $12,000, if that.
Your very first month with FFL, what did you deposit?
$39,000 deposited.
Wow. So you didn't have like surgery and become a new person, right? You just came to a different vehicle, a different company.
Yep, same thing, same license, just switched companies.
Wow. So and you would say the leads are a big part of that. So
absolutely.
Outside of that, you also have agents who are in their 3rd month. I think Caitlin Blackburn, she did $94,000 this month.
Yep, 1 more week to post, she's already at $94,000 issue paid.
Never had any previous experience, nothing.
No sales experience, didn't have an insurance license, and she's over here absolutely crushing it.
Six
she's building a
figures
massive
in a month.
team. Yep.
Wow. Okay, so let's talk about this building that you're doing, because you have lots of new agents that are coming out, and they're hitting the ground and they're having massive success. Like, these are people who are coming in their first week, the second week, the first month, right? And they're depositing 10, 15, 20, $100,000 in a month, right? That's incredible. What are you doing to grow your business? First off, like, obviously you're here, you have the ability to sell at a high level, and you're doing that, but you're also building a business. How are you able to find these people? What type of marketing strategies are you using?
Yeah. Just first and foremost, sales drives recruiting, recruiting drives sales. That's something I learned coming into the business. So if you come in and you smack business, you sell at a high level, people are going to want to work with you. So that was the biggest thing that I took initiative with, was coming over in April, was just trying to put up big numbers, and then people are reaching out organically.
Yeah.
Just besides organic recruiting, I was reaching out social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. A big one that's new to me, I didn't grow up doing TikTok, so just trying to get familiar with TikTok. There's a lot of people on it. It reaches a lot of people. Yeah. I actually had a young man reach out to me last week, and he just said, man, I just scroll on there. I hashtag entrepreneurs, and it popped up. Mm-hmm. He's like, I never would have heard of FFL.
Yeah, social media is crazy powerful. So speaking of social media, that's how you came into the business, right? That's how you were brought into life insurance.
Yeah.
So Bowen, you were my very first person I ever recruited and reached out to when I came out to Arizona. Moved here from Kentucky, came out to Arizona to start with a practice company. Found you on Instagram,
right?
And it was just lined up to where you were looking for work, and it all worked out to where we could partner together. And now we're building a massive business, one of the fastest growing agencies in the company right now. So that's incredible.
Exactly.
I think what you're saying with social media use is super important, but there's only really two things that we could do with our marketing, right? There can be outbound or inbound. So the way I always look at it is like social media, us going to people, that's outbound, that's very, being direct, and it's like direct sales, right? We reach out to people. We do things like sending out the DMs, sending out the messages, LinkedIn, social media. And then what we're working on right now, we've had many conversations on building a brand, right? Where we're starting now to create this inbound effect where people are reaching out to us because of what we're doing with leading from the front, going out, producing at a high level. Not only that, it's easy to recruit people when you can pull up your bank statements and show your pay stubs.
Right. That was the biggest thing is being able to have the statements and the results to back it.
Yeah.
There was a lot of time we'd talk big numbers in our practice company, and hell, I didn't have no big numbers. So people are like, yeah.
Someone said, let me see your bank account. You're like, that's private. That's private,
Like, yeah, I don't do that. That's weird.
Yeah, I love it. Cool. So right now you're focusing really on social media. When you're reaching out to people, how are you bringing them into the business? How are you sharing the opportunity?
Yeah, absolutely. Just the biggest thing is networking. You never know who you're going to run into. You never know who that person knows. So just always introducing yourself, always talking to people, sitting on the plane talking to people, sitting in the Uber talking to people, because you never know. Hey, my son just graduated college. Maybe he needs a job. Maybe that's something that'll be good for him. And just reaching out, sharing the story, sharing what it's done for me. I didn't grow up with money, and I know dang well my kids are going to be well off just because I'm going to be able to take care of them because of FFL. So just sharing the opportunity, sharing the story, let people know your background, where you come from, and how you got from where you come from to where you are now, because I'm no special person. I can tell you this is just results of hard work.
So pretty much what you're saying is you're just opening your mouth, right? Like I feel like that's the easiest thing in business, and it's also like the most overlooked thing, right? It's like you're in a business, you have a product or a service, but you won't open your mouth and tell anybody that this is what you do for a living, that you have a product or service that might help their life, or that you have an opportunity that they can actually join you on your mission. So that's been the main thing for me, is my focus has always been, I need to get attention. Like nothing else matters. Before anything, I need people to see me. I need people to see me, know who I am, know what I do. So I'm on every social media platform out there. If I bump arms with you on the elevator, you're going to know who I am, and you're going to know that I'm hiring, and you're going to know what I do. And you're going to know that before we get off the elevator that you could do it, because I make it so simple. And the business is already so simple, right? So I think one of the biggest things that I've seen you do is you kept it, and we've done this together, but we try to always keep things traditional, right? Because there's people watching this right now, and when they see the numbers and they hear the numbers of someone depositing $90,000 in their third month in the company, they're thinking to themselves like, red flag, not true. I don't know about it. I'm skeptical, right? So that's what's happening. So typically when I'm out and I'm prospecting and I'm growing my business, I try to keep things traditional in terms of if I approach you, Bowen, the conversations I'm having with you are, hey, what are you doing right now? Okay, cool. How long you been doing that? Well, do you like it? Do you love it? Do you hate it? How'd you get started with that? Okay, cool. I'm asking questions to find a problem in your life. And most people have a lot of problems with their jobs, and they're looking for something different. They're looking for maybe a better leader because they don't like the management. Maybe they're looking for a higher income. Maybe they're looking for more time flexibility. All these things FFL provides, right? But I never lead by having conversations about, hey, this is how much I made this month, or hey, I'm a senior vice president of FFL Knockout. Like no one really knows who I am or what I do. They just know when they give me a problem, my response is, well, it's funny you say that, Bowen. My company is currently hiring. I might be able to get you a position. I would have to talk to my manager, even though I have the power to hire whoever I want, right?
Exactly.
But I keep it traditional in the sense of their mind. They're like, Okay, and it inches the needle forward, right, to get them where we want them to go, which is getting their license, because that's the best thing for them.
Right.
The insurance industry has changed your life, has changed mine. So, is that kind of the approach you've been taking as well?
Yeah, absolutely. And I would say just the type of people that you do bring on and bring into business with you. 90% of my agents are independent.
Mm-hmm.
They don't need my help. They don't need me walking them through it. They don't need me buying their leads. They don't need me telling them where to go. Mm-hmm. Caitlin did $94,000 by just going out there and working. Mm-hmm. Kevin did $36,000 by just going out there and working. Like, my sister works part-time. She makes $10,000 a month. She has 2 babies. She works weekends and makes $10,000 a month.
Wow.
And she doesn't need me holding her hand.
So if someone's watching this, you're saying that they can come into the business, get an insurance license, which it does cost them money to get an insurance license. But if they make that investment, they pass the exam, that they can come here and they can make 10, 20, 50, 94,000 like Caitlin in her 3rd month. Real money.
Yeah, if they work hard. Like, this isn't going to happen overnight. You got to trust the process. A lot of people, like, this business is simple and you can make a lot of money. It's not physically hard. It just tests your mentality and how you think. Mm-hmm. And, man, if you come in here and you work hard, that opportunity is for everybody.
Absolutely. Before we close this out, what are you doing in your business to get people up and running very quickly, right? Because I've always been a believer that people can only go as far as they believe, right? So it's like, what are you doing to instill that belief in people? Obviously, you have some people that come in and they're going to get the job done no matter what. Like, those are the amazing, like, top tier people. And we have people who come in and they're like, I've never been in sales. I need some help. I need some guidance. You know, bit, right? They got to get a little push, and sometimes they're using your belief to move them forward. Yeah. What are you doing in your business that what systems or structures are you having that helps get people going quicker?
Yeah. I would say not necessarily systems, more so conversations that you're having with them. Mm-hmm. When you're hiring him, her, what is the main reasoning they're doing this? Mm-hmm. Are you doing this just to make a little bit of money on the side? Are you doing this to retire your mother, your father? And that's going to change with how much they're going to write and how hard they're going to work. Mm-hmm. If they just got out of college and they just need a job so they can hang out at their mom's house, then it's going to be a little different conversation. But at the end of the day, like, there's millions and millions of people out there, and there's going to be the ones that really want it and will go and get it, and there's going to be the ones that kind of half-ass it and beat around the bush a little bit. So just letting them know. I tell every agent I do care about them, I love them, and I want to see everybody win. I'd rather see everybody else make 20, 30, 40, 50 grand a month than me. That means I'm impacting more lives. But they just got to go out and do it. Like, this business is simple. There's no reason to complicate it or hold their hand. Mm-hmm. Like, man, if you just get your license, you buy leads, you go to the appointments, like, you will make money. You go get your first sell, that's the belief they need. They're like, holy cow, that's $1,000 in 30 minutes, $2,000 in 30 minutes. Man, I wasn't making that in 4 weeks at my last job. Yeah. You're like, all right, well, don't sell yourself short, because you work harder for an employer than you do yourself. Mm-hmm. So the biggest thing is just letting them know, like, hey, we're here to be business partners. I'm not your boss. I'm here to make sure you're successful, but you do have to be coachable. So you're pretty much having proper expectations in your business when you're meeting with people. You are giving them all the resources that they need, which you're not creating them yourself. FFL has done an amazing job creating a system that you can plug people into and let them go out and have massive success right away. So all you're doing is you're having great conversations to figure out why they're doing this, and you're meeting people right where they are, and you're taking them to where they want to be. Right. That's it. Exactly. I love it. Cool. Well, we'll close this out here. Again, we're sitting here with Mr. Bowen Sweeney, the vice president, after just 4 short months of FFL Never Settle. This month he should issue over $350,000 after this last week here. But if someone wants to, partner with you, if they want to join your agency and become the next Caitlin and do $90,000 in a single month, how do they get a hold of you? How do they find you? Yeah, so you guys can text me on my personal cell. It's 928-970-1502. Or you can follow my IG. It's Bowen_Sweeney17. The biggest thing I can say is, man, if I'm doing this, there's no reason you shouldn't be. And if you're willing to work hard, there's no reason you shouldn't do it bigger than I am.
Boom, baby. Mic drop. All right, guys. Catch you later.